three players on side, Tim, they can't hold this.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a struggle. The one sort of criticism I'd make of Falcons here is they've all got themselves back to site. They've got that man advantage. I feel like there's an opportunity for one of them to possibly play onto the West Main stairs. What have they done with the hatch? You know, give yourself these opportunities. Solotov and Breeder making sure that it just doesn't matter. Dots finds one, taken down. And where I might have liked to have seen that flank, Des, it just wasn't important in the end. Couple of kills come in to go, but Dots has managed to get himself down trophy stairs and can start pressuring from the bottom, while Palu continues to mop them up from that double window up on the top floor.
Oh, here we go then. Dots going low, and Shaiko now facing off against it, but Usus gets Palu, who's done so much work from that double window, seemingly all game. I think getting shot there from above. You can see the player above in your outline. Dots is on site, but the problem is, Tim, they've got no vertical control. He is all alone. We'll try and make a plan happen here, but Usus and Shaiko know how to play out these scenarios, Tim. Like, surely they have an inkling that he's planting. They must know, because that's exactly what he's done. Drop comes on through, but Usus don't lose them. Hits a second in the round. They'll get the disable in, and Falcons go up 2-0.
Yeah, well played from
across these first three rounds.
It was going to come across some pressure, but how is Solotov completely unaware of Dots walking into Library? That gets the kill that Volts would have been looking for, so it kind of removes that advantage that Falcons had. But Leakified users, they managed to chain a kill together each, and it's 4 versus 2. Falcons again denying W7M any real map control.
This is it, Tim. They've got control of Library, and they've lost 4 players to try and get it. Falcons again. This team, for the longest time, I very rarely regard as being an aggressive team. 2 years ago, the joke I'd often say is, how do you know the Roman? They're playing a Valkyrie, because everything else was Goyo, Warden, Mute. It was all about being dug inside and playing hyper-defensively. This, I think, is matching W7M's pace, and they're actually outpacing them, Tim. There is very little they can do. 4 players still standing for Falcons. And W7M just are not in the game right now.
Triple kill from Lee.
He's managed to rejoin his team. W7M have got full map control to it. It may have cost them all the info in the round, but that doesn't matter, because guns up, they can win this.
Not only have they got full map control, Des, but like I've been asking, they are using all of it. You've got Palu out towards main stairs. You've got Dots on blue stairs. You've got Lobin out towards west main stairs. They're looking to pressure every single angle, and they're looking to work together as a team. Users overextends at this point. Falcons, they had to take a risk, Des. They had to try and get themselves back into the round, but Users pays the price. 2v5 now, and it's all but over.
It's looking like a flawless round might be on the way, but of course Shaiko's the party stealer, but Tim, he's in a 1 versus 4 and there's a Monty still on the field. Yeah, Gumon might be in his foot, but this one looks cooked. Volts gets the kill, and W7M are finally on the boards.
Yeah, managed.
We're in a 5 versus 3. They've got less than a minute to play. We can sit on site and play for trades here, and they're screwed. They've still got a C4 to play behind at the same time, so it's really good game management by Falcons.
Lobin's just looking for that peek around the corner. He's fairly confident that there's not going to be anybody in bathroom after the explosion ahead of him, but can't find where they are located. Falcons coming down those trophy stairs, but I'm not sure they're aware of the player underneath. Yes, they are, but not the one hiding underneath the stairs. Solotov manages to get Lobin Volts with one onto Shaiko, but 8 seconds left to go. This is not going to happen. It's one of those traps, Des, that finishes them off. Gumon gets a kill, and like you said, there was just so much time burnt away from W7M. They took
down 1 in fireplace, 1 inside Library Hall, and 1 inside a kitchen. They've seen all these movements coming, and so far are stemming the tide.
We've seen some IQ played previously from W7M, but I think just not enough, because we're starting to see this damage mount up and mount up. 3 kills back-to-back for Falcons, 5-1 half, almost perfect performance from them so far. They have out around the map. They have got a presence almost everywhere, but Falcons could bypass it, Des.
Straight into Ephemery, as we can see nothing, but he's got to run past it here and straight in towards sight, and at the same time, Tim, they're pressuring with shields around the map. There's very little the W7M can do except get absolutely bowled over. Breeder right in the thick of things here as well. A 3rd player falls. They've sat back, Tim, and what have Falcons done? Ran them over like a train.
Absolutely beautiful from Falcons. I've just commented at the beginning of the round how
Solotov to be able to force this mirror away, and sure enough, he'll keep himself alive here, dodging around those nades as they come on through, but it's done the work to him. The fact that Leakified didn't bring him down when he was still recovering from the C4 animation tells you a lot. He's in a spot here where he really shouldn't be, and so far has held firm. Volts on for a 3K in the round, just Usus and Breeder to go. Why not make it a 4th? Tim, it is denied away with Palu kill of the round, but W7M get a second on the board.
Yeah, much better from them.
They didn't want to let go so soon. Problem now, Tim, is they're down a man. Falcons can afford to play this for trades if they want and come out on top. There's still players upstairs that they can deal with, and they've got a phone call in back pocket still.
Time is possibly going to become the factor here for Falcons. They need to make sure they're not stalling out, that they're getting moving. The door could be called really needs to be that go signal to start moving in and thinking about getting the diffuser down. But you can see the man up above the Legion, Volps, he's in a critical position here. Palu manages to get users, and Volps makes a big play, and all of a sudden W7M turn the round on its head. They managed to get the win, and you just feel that the winds might be switching here, Des. Able to get themselves into a planting position soon with the shield going in and doing some work. Dots will be down but not out. 1 minute left to go, but Lobin manages to pick up Leak of Fact. That's the shield on the Monty out. We're going to have users taken out if he's not careful. 3v2 though, Des.
That was a bit of a mistake. Users is down to less than half HP, and he's in a bit of a mystery spot here. Breede's got the cross though. Palu, 1v3 will not be able to make it happen. A couple of rounds where it looked like it might be a bit shaky for Falcons, but Tim, a dominating performance no matter which way you slice it.
W7M going up there, he's going to...
Have a look, Tim.
He might not want to be honest with you. He's going to try to take that barbed wire out, just signals his position to W7M. They look to make the challenge. A little bit of a sprint from Solotov, picks up a beauty of a headshot there, just pre-firing as he made the guess that Lobin was going to move his way across and challenge. He did, and all of a sudden, once again in this round, the momentum maybe shifts a little bit, and you look and think it could be winnable for Falcons. W7M need to be careful.
No utility to play behind, no C4s, no smokes, no nothing. It's all about the guns here, but they're not going to stop. Both Dots and Volps, a 2K each so far. Who's taking the third? It's going to be Volps. Easy first round. W7M on the board far earlier this time round than the last. And don't forget, this is not the site. There is a lot of focus right now out towards this side of things, and surely a freebie for Palu, who finds Shaiko. Should have known that he was there because Yusuf has been playing this down to him for the last minute or so, but it's a bit of a freebie. Two back the other way, so suddenly it starts looking pretty good until Palu does it again. A second player down for free, but somehow Falcons keep on finding these kills around the map that equalizes everything Palu is doing.
Look at just holding his angles there. I think he thought he was going to push, but he wasn't. Users manages to find Palu. 3 versus 1 now. And as you say, every round that W7M aren't going to win is going to be a point of fear for them, because it puts them 1 round closer to being out of Reload and out of the Rio tournament. Try to get something going here, Lobin, just using that Toxic Babe canister to at least cut off 1 lane. It means that he can just worry about the Dragon side for 15 seconds or so, but with 45 left on the clock, 2 smoke canisters, I don't think is really going to cut it in this 1v3.
We've all been a set like this, Tim, where your mates have all run off and died around the map and you're left alone against 4 or 5 players just like, really? Really? So Lobin knows now that this is an almost impossible situation to deal with, and as long as Falcons are going to say, don't go take him 1v1 after 1v1, this round is a surefire win, but Solotov had the confidence to get through.
Blackbeard is going to get on in, but Dots taking down Shaiko just removes more and more room from Falcons here. Breede is just trying to dance about, see if he can get this diffuser down. Users is there on the cover. Breede will stick it. I'm not sure if W7M were aware of that or whether there was just nothing they could do, but they're playing him beautifully for the retake. They managed to get 1. Can they find more? Falcons are just sat on top of each other at the minute. Breede with an important kill. 1v2. Users with the shield, it could be doable, Des.
Mate, he's using the environment so well here as well. Now he's truly invulnerable until he drops down the shield, finds 1, the second step through, but he's got to bait this out. Half tips the shield as well. Has to win this out against the Valkyrie though. In comes Volts, tries to go for it. They miss each other. Finally to the left, and Volts wins it out. Gets the headshot off the back of the parry, and they'll just about hold on to him. How much time on the clock? Lobin at least got responded from Leak of Fact, jumping in through display window and just clearing out the backside of that site, which leaves us where we are now, a 3 versus 3 with only about 30 seconds to play. And look at Volts ratting in. They have no idea that he's there. Ying is gone. Next one stepped around. Next order, please. Solotov got it all to do against 3, and Tim, I don't think he's walking out of this one alive.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit easy on that second one for Volts there. No pre-fire or anything coming through from Leafak just wasn't really ready for the fight. W7M.
So often you see a Valkyrie getting banned away or, you know, matched by an IQ, but both teams have let it go several times. And goes Shaiko, finished off by the shotgun from Volps as well. And as Users uses that chance to get a bit of ground, but I think it's enough for them, Tim. They're quite well dug in here. W7M still got vertical control too, and they've got no idea about Dot's completely blind as to his position. Might get one more back on the other side, Tim, but this round's going just like the others. W7M dominating up 4-1.
A kill before he makes it, but they haven't been able to do so. 1 minute left to go, and Falcons continue this dance around the top floor. Leakify picks up Dordes, and that creates a little bit of space for Falcons.
Great C4 over the top from Barley, finds one into a second. They didn't know that he'd come back towards site. Why wouldn't he? Uses with it all still to do. 2 smokes in back pocket. Could isolate an angle, but he knows gunfights is what he needs. And tries he might. Bolts has found him out there. That return because of the noise trigger that it gives to you. Here, Dots has fallen down a bit early on too, so having that shield on side is going to sting.
Yeah, it's a big pickup from Shaiko. That, like I said, the Falcons needing 3 rounds back-to-back, in my opinion, to give them a real chance here. Shaiko just playing inside of meeting window, dipping himself back into Geisha. Solotov it's going to be to pick up Palu, and we've still got W7M with Volps on the rappel. They're struggling to get themselves that ground that I spoke about, struggling to get in and use what was given to them. 2 versus 5, Volps and Lobin trying to get anything going. What a response this has been from Falcons at the side switch. Solotov picks up Volps, and this could easily be a flawless round to kick things off for Falcons.
Users just absolutely cleared them out as well. Pushed in towards Drum. They got Diffuser down, the second player in Drum that was covering him. And of course, Lobin loses that in this round to a goo mine of all things as well.
Need to deal with him quickly here, the Falcons, before support can make its way in, because there's going to be a smoke canister that dissipates, which it has done now, so Brede can support from Terrace, but they've done nothing about it and they've been punished. However, Dordes picks up the kill onto the worst operator that he could have team-killed, the Blackbeard, but kills keep raining in, and W7M have just run over Falcons at pace. Side of the map, so they're going to have to make sure that they think about that. 1 minute 15 left to go. Collecting it could be important, or they're going to have to play for the kills.
Playing for kills is always a risk on a map like this too. Again, knowing that you're, yeah, sure, numbers are all equal, but you're then dropping down relatively blind. You've only got the 2 drones on side, it's worth stressing at the same time. A lot of work still to do for them. We've got the time to do it though, Tim. 60 seconds, actually quite a lot of time to work with here. For the most part, Falcons are dug back in. 1 player in each site, and then 1 sat out on Sushi. Yeah,
I'm pleased to see them go and get that diffuser so early on, rather leaving it to, you know, that last 20, 30 seconds. Get it done now, you've got it in hand, and you can start positioning and shaping exactly where this execution is going to happen. Falcons have actually done well for the last 30 seconds or so. They haven't really suffered to any of the pressure from W7M. They've got themselves into good positions, and right now, W7M are just burning time up on that top floor. They're trying to look through those verticals, trying to get a line of sight onto anybody. And meanwhile, Falcons keep playing behind that utility. Keeper barricades going out, just burning through more and more seconds. 20 seconds left to go. Users takes a big challenge, but he's going to be cut down, Des.
From both angles there, 1 comes back from Shaiko. Massive round here, because it could send us into map 3. Brede's kept himself safe for now, and Shaiko's still standing. They had to win that shot onto Palu though, Tim. They may well rue this. Triple for Shaiko, quad for Shaiko. Will not let his team die. Here on Sky, they take round 9.
6-3 by Palu, so he may have an opportunity to go on in, but Shaiko goes out the window. They both lose their lives at the same time. 3 versus 3.
And leaking back into a second, they might be able to just hold on here, Tim, and it looks like they could have done enough. Volps, we've sung a lot of praise about him so far. 3 players to bring down here. Not the time to do it, admittedly, but it's a lot to ask when you've got very little information on what's going on around the map.
Volps just with that long angle across, looking for his man. He knows he needs to get a couple of kills here. Doesn't have diffuser in hand and doesn't really have an option in a 1v3 to do anything with it, even if he did. It's all about trying to break these up into 1v1s, whereas Falcons, they just need to keep themselves in positions where they can impact on each other's deaths. They don't need to be taking peeks on. Brede steps up, finds his man, and Falcons get another one back. It's 4-6.
With the Ash, make use of the flashes sat in back pocket, use those Grim Bees. They can really lock things down here. It was already looking like pretty surefire at a 5 versus 4. In a 5v3, you cannot be giving this one away. They crumble here, it's all going to fall apart for them. But sure enough, they make it another one, Tim. They're being slow and composed, and they're getting exactly what they need.
Like a python, W7M just continue to slowly, gently squeeze the life, the breath out of their opponents, and Falcons are struggling W7M attack, but more than that, it allows Falcons the freedom to stay as long as they want up on the top floor. Solotov picks up Parlu, leaving Dodez now in a 1 versus 5, and there's absolutely no need whatsoever for Solotov to return to site. He could come down and challenge.
Oh no, he's coming. He's coming.
He's going to come, but he's going to come, I would have expected, down the opposite way to make this challenge. That's where he's going. His castle barricade is there. He's trying to get an angle, maybe even get yourself back up and down red stairs.
Go for it.
Just, you know, get aggressive at this point, and I think put W7M to the sword, let them know what it's going to look like for them if they make mistakes.
It's a case of running that clock down, because I'm pretty sure all of you at home feel the same as us, that this round can only go one way, and it's going to be the Falcons' way. Yes, we've seen some ludicrous throws of epic proportions, but this kind of round you don't lose in a quarter-final. I have no idea where the hell Shaiko was shooting during that gunfight. Not that it matters, because there's 4 more players that can step up and have a go as well. Round 1 to Falcons. It was I think they spotted a gap, and
it can start to push forward towards site. Falcons are going to be under a lot of pressure in the next 10 seconds.
They've got a swarming ready for 2 spots here, though. Window in the main door, and Usus has got it trained and locked down. Parlu's a little bit behind the curve here as well and trying to make something happen. He's one man on side by himself. They've been absolutely mowed down. But Parlu has got 2. Can he save it for his team here? Usus has got to hold on. Yes, he does. Up to 5 kills for himself here. And Parlu almost with a chance there to pull off what would have been a miraculous 1v3.
All in favour of Falcons at the minute. I think part of it from construction, they've tried to push over onto CCTV breach, and it hasn't happened. Dots has been downed, Volps has been taken out, and it's now all up to Parlu once again. 1 versus 4 this time. 1 versus 3 he was close with last time, but surely won't get near this one. Brede peeks around. Des, it's 3. Look at that. Solotov hits him with the turn and burn, gives him the 180, takes him down at billiards. Doesn't really matter that he's lost his life after that, because again, Falcons can now play the trade game. Just a little bit too slow from Likafak.
Could have been another 3B. You'll take that as Solotov going 1 for 1 when there's only 3 players left on the other side. And of course has removed Lobin, taking the Capitao off board. And Likafak's got 1 from below here. It's just all too easy. I said earlier on, Tim, that this map, it's a bit more default. Every team can play it to at least a semi-decent standard. Falcons aren't having to do an awful lot here, honestly. They're being quite aggressive and willing to challenge W7M very early on. But for W7M, in some of these rounds, it looks like their first time attacking onto Clubhouse.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's, you know, maybe the pressure getting to them. You know, this is a team that have got plenty.
The lowest rated player for W7M, but we've seen what this man can do many a time over. Has torn the round open. Dodez into another, a trade coming back through, but this is man advantage by quite a significant margin here for W7M. Brede's got to hold on, all on his lonesome.
And where has Lobin's success come from? Inside of logistics. Do something different, mix it up, force them to look around. Brede gets 1v4 becomes a 1v3. Surely not from Brede. We see the nade coming in. They know exactly where he is. It's over for Brede. You got to feel for him. Utility after utility thrown his way. Do what it is, Des, but the last 2 rounds they seem to have switched off.
Well, Likafak has been desperate to step in and retake Catwalk and has just died to Parlu in the process. It's unfortunate for him because he's tried to do what the team needed, which was to re-establish control, to slow down this execute. Instead, all they've done is bleed out one after the other. Lobin especially taking no prisoners these last couple of rounds, and now they're in a 4 versus 2. Feels like this one should be a W7M win.
Yeah, Dodez has gone in from Catwalk. He's getting the diffuser down. Absolutely nothing that Falcons can do to stop this, surely. But yes, Brede manages to find the Nitro. Volks, however, picks up users, and again, Brede finds himself. It was last time a 1v4. This time it's a 1v3. Diffuser is down, but it's down on the plant spot. So right now, Parlu's making his way there. He's going to go straight in and straight for the plant.
Nothing that Brede can do, no C4, no nothing to help him here. He's got to go straight up in gunfights, and there's a crossfire on him. Not that it's required. Lobin remains the hero and gives them, Tim, 2 rounds.
To any of them at the minute. Solotov has moved around to get himself onto construction window. Usus and Likafak are working underneath, looking to challenge red stairs at the minute, but they haven't got a big presence inside of the map. Dots with a brilliant first kill, but here Falcons go, relying on that gun skill. Shaco Users managed to get a kill apiece. 3 versus 3, 50 seconds left to go.
The Bolt stepping back up to bring 1 more in. Here we go. They found the 2 more kills they need, Tim, to all but shut out this round. And as you can see, well, that Fenrir is doing an absolute nightmare for them here. Managed to get 1 kill through it, but nothing else to follow. Volts into a second. W7.
South Falcons Balcony and Construction, they could do with, much like I said about W7M, maybe logistics hatch, maybe jacuzzi wall, get something else going on.
Lubin's being an absolute rat here as well, lay down in front of the window. They won't know that he's there until, of course, they jump in, and then it's a guaranteed death. Shaiko falling down, W7M starting off the defense strong here, Tim, with 2 kills going their way. Lobin now finished off as Usus finds him stepping inside a construction window. A 3 versus 3 and almost no time to play. How does this end?
15 seconds left to go. They need to make a move. Usus finds his man. 3 versus 2, and they have got people on both sides here of Falcons. Can they make a move from logistics? Yes, almost. Palu is going to be taken. His bolt's taken out. Palu last alive. Low health. Leakify with a big moment at the end there. Pushing in from logistics, and that presence somewhere other than South Balcony and Construction paid
together there, because Lobin in the perfect place at the perfect time to follow his teammate down, secures them a freebie, and Leakify will be kicking himself that he didn't pick up not just one, but both of those kills for himself. Shaiko's tried to go direct towards side to get a freebie for himself, but has been punished for that. Again, Bolt's put down to low HP. It feels like nothing can go Falcons' way in this round, Tim. They might as well be battling their way back in. Lobin gone, and a 2 versus 4, but for me, this feels like it's that 5-4 score I was speaking about.
They've just been surprised by one inside a kitchen. Solotov does manage to take down Volt. 2v3, but a failure to deal with the top floor is going to punish them. Palu managing to pick up Solotov. Uses low health, 45 seconds. Has no choice here, really, but to just drop down to site and see what he can get going. He's got no diffuser in hand, so he needs to play for kills. He's left that behind him, and I don't think Falcons realistically expect to be coming away with anything from this round.
A little bit of a semi-unofficial timeout, I'd imagine, something else as well. Like, you know, it's very unlikely he brings out a big 1 versus 3 here without the diffuser. Sure enough, W7M close it down. Falcons now takes the scans away from you for 1, but also gets Shaiko off the board. They go for it, but no, Leakifac's found his man. Volt's there with a golden opportunity, almost managing to mow down 2 players, but instead, he's the one losing his life.
The big problem for Falcons here is that this is just getting themselves established inside of the map. They've lost 2 already. They've not gone anywhere near site yet. They've gone nowhere near CCTV and cash. There is so much more work for them to do to be able to close this out. And right now, W7M, they're happy to play their positions. They need to take logistics to Falcons. It's the next big fight.
I don't think they know about the castle. No, they don't. It's a free one. They've got sucked into the man behind Des there and paid the price. Palu serving as the perfect bait, and Dots has gone fishing and got his reward.
And now W7M can just play the trade game, Des. They can just go 1 for 1 as they fall back towards site. Let Falcons do the work. 35 seconds left to go. Usus manages to get himself in sight, but he doesn't have the diffuser. He can't even work as a distraction. BDS is going to be taken down by Palu. Usus 1v3. He tries to take a fight onto the door. Does he look to mix his position up? No! Dodes takes him out as he tries to reload. W7M, they get themselves another, and it's 5-5. The Brazilians fight back.
To run in from, yeah, it's narrow, but at least you can still get in. Now it's a massive risk for them. Solotov caught out completely by a flank from below. Bob's still going for another. This is the second player. Leakify the show to try and make a move, and they pay the price for it. Another one falls down. W7M are into a 4 versus 1, and they're going to go up to match and series point here.
It is surely just a matter of time. Brady up on the rooftop. There is nothing that he can do here.
Timeout for them now.
It really is. It's just take an opportunity to have another discussion. The tactical timeout that they had a couple of rounds ago has not done the business, so there will now be further discussions between the team at least. Frida's going to have a little look. Maybe there's an opportunity, maybe there's not. He might drop in and take a gunfight or 2. It's a bold call to out-and-out sacrifice the rest of the round to have a chat with each other. It's clear, I think that's what's going on, but it's a bold call when it takes you on to match point. There's series point, because one more round and it's over. And honestly, I think we really are seeing the sort of impact that this new banning process coming with CJX will have on the eSports, and W7M have just used it absolutely perfectly.
And there may be a few wondering what happens when we get to OT. W7M, they start on the defense, Tim, and we have seen defensive domination so far throughout this map. In fact, is in here. Please watch out for the environmental this time. Let's not lose another player to it. Right sort of idea as the guy who's on the other side steps up and Leakyfat's found his man. W7M, surely don't give this one away.
Leakyfax starts getting that diffuser down. This is what Falcons need, a distraction. Give W7M something else to think about now. Play the ball. Solotov manages to cut down Palu, and this one does. It's gone there. We're going to overtime.
Should be able to spray these off. I was going to say, yeah, the player inside of Valdance's plank should be able to help out, and sure enough, Lobin does just that. The mirror staying intact, and this is the thing, Tim, there's layers to this defense.
It's great.
Taking a minute and a half to deal with Cash CC. Only now they're trying to deal with that mirror. Shiko steps in, 2 kills come through. Will Falcons get the attacking round win they sorely need?
It will be an absolutely pivotal moment in this game, you feel, whoever wins these attacks, and right now it's looking good for Falcons. W7M are in some serious trouble. They need to find their hero, and they need to find them now. Volps is underneath. Palu picks up Shiko Dordes. He responds as well onto Solotov. 3v3. Volps finds the Nitro. They don't just need one, they've got 3 heroes here who've just turned a 3v5 into a 3v2, and Falcons on the back foot. Palu, Dordes find the rounds, and W7M from absolutely nowhere, they hold on.
What's on the one-way now, out towards the left. There are 2 players in Arsenal. They found one and may have been able to at least stem the bleeding for now, but the blitz is in. Finds one more. It's a second kill. W7M and 3 versus 2, Tim.
W7M have truly full sent this. Solotov, he could be the rescue mission here. He just needs to get himself down the main stairs and have an impact, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He finds one, but not the second that he needs. Users has got it all to do. Dos starts to put that diffuser down, but he's so low health, Des. He's so low health. Palu, he's on the cover.
They've got the split. They've got red pings. They know where these players are. Users knows.